Henry's parents are absolutely mental. Like, properly mental.
Why do you need such a gas guzzler anyway? Does it make you feel more powerful? Does it, hey?
So, Henry, about that Christmas present?
Oh, yes, Dad.
You're not getting one. So we would like to recommend that you attend a course to learn how to be better parents straight away.
But there's one question. Which one is worse? Dad, whose hobby is just harassing Henry.
We've come up with a new plan to save energy, Henry. You're banned from TV, DVD, PC and anything electrical for a whole year.
Or Mum, who literally wishes he'd disappear. Look, we've done videos on these maniacs before, and every time I think, right, that's it. It can't get worse. But this video will be even more messed up because these two are competing to see who can mess up Henry the most. And honestly, I think we may actually have a winner. Here's how we're going to do it. We're going to look at each parent separately, yeah? Go through all of their worst moments and build a proper case against each of them. And then we're going to compare them head to head to see who actually wins the title of worst parent. And if you thought that Henry was only being damaged emotionally by his parents...
Emotional damage!
Shut up. I know it's an old meme, I know, but I had to do it. Nope, he's also being physically harmed.
Henry!
But more on that later. Let's start with Silly Simon, the most bizarre and messed up dad in kids' television history. 1 minute he's helping his son build a go-kart and acting like Father of the Year.
What do you mean?
A new go-kart. Bigger, better, faster, stronger.
Really?
The fastest go-kart the world has ever seen.
Yes!
But first, we've got to make it.
And the next he's screaming at Henry in public and threatening to give away all of his toys because he dared to use the bathroom.
Don't be so stupid, Henry. Come out of there.
No!
Henry, you come out of that toilet now, or I'll give all your toys away, and you won't have any pocket money until you're 94 and a half.
It's like he switches personalities mid-episode. Part caring dad, part full-blown dictator. Honestly, even the Joker seems less schizophrenic than Silly Simon. The guy enables his wife's awful behaviour, hires a babysitter who literally abuses their kid, and somehow still manages to convince everyone that he's the nice parent. I bet Henry would have a very different opinion about that. If you really think about it, Simon isn't just a bad dad, he's the kind of parent who is so wrapped up in keeping the peace that he ends up making the whole household toxic. Oh, and let's add this scene to Simon's criminal record.
We could get a babysitter.
No, we're going out as a family.
We've got a terrified little Henry clinging to the radiator for dear life, only for his dad to grab him by the legs and drag him away. It's played for laughs in the cartoon, but when you stop and think about it, it's actually horrifying. It's physical aggression against his own child. The worst part is that the show frames it like Henry's the one in the wrong for resisting, when really, it's a moment of desperation from a kid who just doesn't want to be manhandled. And yeah, I wish this was it for Henry, but no, it's only the beginning, because the creators of the series thought that having an abusive dad wasn't enough misery. Let's add a completely incapable mother to the household as well. Henry's mum, who actually doesn't have a name, let me know in the comments how you would name this witch. Anyway, she thought, why hit Henry when I can just destroy his soul instead? Why leave bruises when I can just make him feel completely worthless? The mental scars will cause more problems than a few bruises. Oh, and you doubt that, huh? Well, trust me when I say I've watched more Horrid Henry than any adult should endure. So here you go.
I shall now attempt to make this clever little boy disappear.
Bravo! Bravo! Oh, lovely.
She's out here celebrating Henry's disappearance. Yeah, I just can't. Imagine how poor Henry must feel. This kid can't catch a break, and neither can you guys, because who do we have here? Ah, it's schizo Silly Simon time again. Right, this one properly winds me up.
No dawdling, Henry.
Not dawdling. Ow!
Keep up the pace, boys. 4 minutes 30. Let's really push it to the limit.
So Dad's driving Henry to school, and Henry runs ahead because he doesn't want to be seen with his dad. Fair enough. Really, I wouldn't either. And Simon is in the car shouting to Henry with a megaphone. Who just has one of those in their car? What kind of maniac keeps a megaphone ready to go? And then he just starts screaming at Henry through it in front of the whole neighborhood, shouting that Henry and Peter need to run faster to school. Everyone at school now thinks Henry's dad is mental, which to be fair, he is. But does this man have any self-awareness at all? Look at his face. He's not embarrassed. He's not thinking, maybe this is a bit much. He's sat there looking proper pleased with himself. He thinks he's done brilliant. The man is deranged. So far, I would say Dad wins the worst parent award. But you know this channel by now. We keep it exciting until the very last second. Because trust me when I say that the list of Henry's mum hasn't even really started. Well, until now.
This is Peter, and this is, Henry.
So, Henry's going to a camp 3 days away. Now, most parents would be a bit sad, right? Maybe worried, maybe thinking, oh, I'll miss them. Will everything go well? But not Henry's mum.
Oh, 3 whole days without Henry.
3 whole days without Henry. That's not just saying a fact, that's happiness. Pure, unfiltered joy. She's celebrating her child leaving. But maybe that was just one bad day, right? Everyone has off days. No, this is a pattern. What's the other scene?
You're not thinking...
No. No one could possibly think we're like Henry.
No one could possibly think we're like Henry. She's denying him in public. She's so embarrassed by her own kid that she's actively saying, he's not mine. Now look, before you guys type angry comments, I know. Henry does act up sometimes.
Typical. They couldn't even be bothered to tuck me in. I'm ready for bed now!
But that's the whole show. But whose fault is it? Whose job is it to raise him properly? Whose job is it to love him no matter what? Well, at least for 50%, his mum. That's whose job it is. And instead of taking any blame for how Henry turned out, instead of showing him any love or support, she just rejects him publicly. She's telling the world, I'm ashamed of this child. Do you know what that does to a kid? And if you still think I'm exaggerating when I say she wishes Henry didn't exist, let me show you this. There's this scene with a clown doing a disappearing trick.
I shall now attempt to make this clever little boy disappear.
Bravo! Bravo! Oh, lovely.
And when the clown does a trick where Henry might disappear, look at her face. Look at it. That's hope. That's genuine hope that her kid might vanish. Now, you might say, oh, it's just a joke. Is it, though? Because when you add this to the 3 whole days thing and the public denial and the constant way she treats Peter better and every other time she makes it clear Henry's the kid she never wanted, it stops being a joke. It's a pattern, a constant, never-ending pattern of rejection. That's Mum's whole thing with Henry. She doesn't hit him. She just makes sure he knows every single day that she wishes he was different. Or better yet, that he wasn't there at all. Okay, I know it sounds crazy, but we didn't even cover the worst one yet. Because this one shows you exactly what kind of person Silly Simon is.
Henry!
It was Peter's fault. He sprayed me.
Don't tell lies, Henry.
It's true. I sprayed him.
Peter, perfect bloody Peter, confesses. He admits it. He did it, not Henry. Peter actually did it. So now Dad knows. He knows he blamed the wrong kid. This is where a normal person would go, oh right, sorry Henry, my mistake. Yeah? And what does silly Simon do?
I sprayed him.
Well, Henry, you should have got out of the way when Peter was watering the flowers.
He still blames Henry, even after Peter confesses. Dad finds a way to make it Henry's fault. Do you see what this means? This man doesn't care about the truth. He doesn't care about evidence. He's decided Henry's the problem and nothing, literally nothing will change his mind. This is proper mental. And we haven't even talked about the lake scene yet. They're at a lake. Family day out. Maybe things will be nice for once. Nope. Henry's dad forces Henry into the ice-cold lake.
Don't be such a baby. You're coming in.
No!
Come on. A bit of mud never hurt anyone.
Just pulls him right in, his own kid, into an ice-cold lake. This reminds me of that radiator scene.
We could get a babysitter.
No, we're going out as a family.
So, let's add this up, yeah? We've got physical violence, public humiliation, screaming through megaphones, refusing to admit when he's wrong, and pushing kids into lakes. Dad's entire approach to parenting is just anger and violence. When he's mad, he attacks. When he's wrong, he gets angrier. When Henry needs help, he gets grabbed, pulled, or thrown somewhere.
We could get a babysitter.
Henry!
That's proper bad. Like, objectively terrible. But while Dad's out here attacking Henry's body, Mum's attacking something way worse. His soul. Right, so Mum, here's the thing about Mum that makes her so messed up. She doesn't leave bruises. There's no marks, no evidence. Just a kid who grows up knowing his own mum wishes he didn't exist. And I'm not even being dramatic. I mean that literally. Let me show you. So Mum's list: emotional rejection, public embarrassment, celebrating when he leaves, wishing he'd disappear, constant patterns of making him feel worthless. And here's the thing, Dad's stuff is bad, but it happens and then it's over. A push into a lake, a pull from a radiator, it's done. Mum's damage never stops. It's in every look, every comment, every interaction. It's constant. Dad teaches Henry the world is dangerous. Mum teaches Henry he's not worth loving. So who's worse? Right, let's actually compare these two nutters. Who is the most dangerous? Right now, in the moment, that's Dad. Easy. Physical violence is immediate and dangerous. If we're talking about who could actually hurt Henry the fastest, it's Dad every time.
We could get a babysitter.
No dawdling, Henry.
Not dawdling.
But long-term damage? That's Mum's specialty. All the studies show that emotional rejection from parents causes depression, anxiety, self-worth issues that last forever. Do they even realise what they're doing? Dad seems like he just reacts. He gets angry and lashes out. He probably doesn't think about it after. That's not an excuse, but at least it's not planned. Mum, though, her comments are specific, thought out. She's not reacting in anger. She genuinely doesn't want Henry around. Which is worse, random violence or planned emotional destruction? Honestly, I don't know. What I do know, however, is that the combination of these two is the worst you can do to a child. Because when Dad's being violent, does Mum stop him? Does she protect Henry? Nope. And when Mum's being cruel, does Dad step in? Does he give Henry any support? No. They're not just bad on their own, they're a team, a system where neither one stops the other, where Henry's got no safe parent, where everything physical and emotional just keeps happening with no one to protect him. Dad's physical stuff is inexcusable. No kid should be pushed, dragged, or humiliated with megaphones. Mum's emotional rejection is just as bad. No kid should grow up feeling unwanted and unloved. But together, they're not just bad, they're catastrophic.
Henry! Don't be horrid, Henry.
Yes, don't be horrid, Henry.
The worst possible combination. Dad provides the violence. Mum provides the emotional void. And neither one provides any actual parenting. And I now come to the realisation, the real question might not be who's worse. The real question is, how is Henry even functioning? Henry isn't horrid at all. Maybe he's just a kid trying to survive two absolute lunatics for parents. Maybe the real villains have been the parents this whole time. But after looking at every messed up thing they've done, who's worse? The answer? Both of them. They're both equally terrible. And I know, you wanted me to pick one. You wanted a winner. But here's the truth. We have to vote together. Everyone who wants redemption for Henry. I showed you all of the evidence. Now it's your turn to vote for the final verdict. Let me know in the comments. Do you think one of them is worse? Team Dad or Team Mum? Or is it a tie? And should we call social services? Well, we might have to do that whatever the outcome is. Right, I'm off. Cheerio and see you in the next one.